السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله نبدأ. The word chameleon. What? What? What?
Part 8. This is the 8th part of this chameleon.
What have you been up to?
What have you been up to?
What have you been up to?
Nothing.
What have you been up to?
So what have you been up to? What have you been up to?
What have you been up to?
I don't know what you two have been up to.
What you two been up to?
So, what have you two been up to?
Do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do. I do what I gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right? You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
What happened to you while I was gone?
What were you doing while I was working?
What did you do while I was gone?
What'd you do while I was gone?
Now, what did I miss while I was gone?
What did you do while he was gone?
What did you guys do while I was gone?
You know what really hurts?
That's what hurts you the most.
What's the matter? Two birds. What's the matter?
You took what mattered most to me.
Because what matters to me most.
What matters most? What hurt the most about it was...
You know what hurts the most, Joan?
But you want to know what hurts the most?
About what? Mostly me.
You know what really hurts most?
Do you know what hurts the most?
But what always hurts the most.
Knowing is what hurts the most.
What hurts the most?
What's for lunch? What'd you have for lunch?
So,
What say we have lunch? What are you doing for lunch?
What'd you have for lunch?
So what are we thinking for lunch?
What's everyone having for lunch?
What are we doing for lunch?
What are we having for lunch?
You did what Cher couldn't do.
What? You couldn't do this yesterday? And do what ordinary spies couldn't do.
Oh, what couldn't you do?
Oh, nothing. So what'd you do? Well, I couldn't do it. What? Couldn't do what?
I couldn't do it.
What do you mean you couldn't do it? No matter what you do in this life. 'Cause what's in your heart matters most of all.
What's the matter with you? What matters to you?
All that matters is what's in this box.
What if you didn't?
Then what?
What didn't you do?
Why do you do that? What?
I didn't do it, if that's what you're asking.
May? What if you didn't do the ritual?
What if we didn't?
What if you didn't leave?
What if they didn't? What if they didn't?
What if we didn't? What if we didn't do that?
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What about you? What are you thinking about? What did you find out?
What did you find out?
What did you find out? What did you find out? What did you find out? What did you find out? What did you find out?
Alright, look, I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
All right, I'll tell you what I see.
Right? Cool. I'll tell you what.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Pretty cool? I'll tell you what's cool.
What went wrong?
What went wrong? What went wrong?
What went wrong?
What went wrong?
What went wrong? No.
What went wrong?
What else you know about?
What do you know about her? What did you know about Geraldine?
What did you know about Fiji?
What did you learn about her?
What'd you like about her?
What did you like about her?
What's left for us to fish?
So you're a fisherman?
What is left for God?
What else is left to live for?
What do we have left to eat?
What do I have left to live for, James?
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Look at what you've done to your father.
Look what you've done.
Look what you've done!
Look what you've done!
You! Look what you've done!
Look what you've done!
Look at you all. Look what you're doing.
Why do you keep looking at my shoulder? What's wrong?
What you keep looking at, Peter? What do you keep looking at?
I don't understand what's so terrible about me.
What's so terrible about that?
What's so terrible about that?
What's so terrible about that?
What's so fucking terrible about it?
What comes next?
What comes next?
What comes next?
What comes next? What's our next step?
What's the next step?
What's the next step?
What's the next step?
What do you really want to ask me, Julian?
What do you want me to do with her?
What do you want?
Please stop talking to her.
Tell me about her. What do you want to know?
You want me to ask what information? You ask me what I want you to do.
What do you want to ask? What do you want to ask me?
Yeah! Man, what do you want to ask?
What do you want me to ask her?
Huck, what do you want me to do? Start all over?
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Cry?
What do you want me to do? Cry?
Yes! What do you want me to do? Ask you to dance?
You seem to want me to ask what you're talking about.
What do you want to ask me about, Mrs. Brady? Did you ask me what I wanted to talk about?
What did you want to ask me about Jason?
Want to know what's the sexiest thing about you?
What's up?
I wanted to ask you about hope.
About what?
I wanted to ask you about that sale. You want me to ask you what this experiment is about?
What did you do to yourself?
Me?
Nothing.
Stewie, what the hell did you do to yourself? You did what you had to do to defend yourself.
What did you do to me?
Oh, God, what did you do to yourself? What the hell did you do to yourself?
What did you do to me?
What did you do to me?
What did you do to yourself?
What's another way?
What's another way to destroy bacteria?
Then what is the point of all this?
Then what's the point?
Then what's the point?
Then what is the point?
Then what is the point?
You're missing the whole point.
What is the point?
The whole point of the hearings
Is what? Obfuscation? That's what this whole thing is.
That's what this whole thing is.
What's the point of this thing?
What is the point of this whole thing?
The whole point of what we do. What's the point of the whole thing? What's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan?
What's your plan?
What's your plan?
What's your plan?
What's my plan? What's your plan?
What's your plan?
What's your plan, huh?
What do you want? I'm trying to teach.
See, that's what I'm trying to teach you, Missy. That's what I'm trying to teach you.
That's what I'm trying to teach you, girl.
What's happening with Ghostwood?
No, about what happened with us.
With what happened between us?
What's gonna happen with it?
What's wrong with your voice?
That happens after every concert.
What happens down there every month?
What happens?
What is happening with you?
What the hell is happening to me?
What is going to happen with me now?
After what happened with Dad?
with what happens, you know.
What's happened? What happened with Ian?
What happens with every girl you're interested in?
What happened is what happens every time.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
اسمع الجمل كتير أثناء حياتك اليومية فقط استماع، وبإذن الله هتشوف نتائج مبهرة في فترة قصيرة.
الكورس مدروس كويس والنتيجة مضمونة بعون الله.
نتقابل المقطع الجاي، ومع السلامة.